It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. It's time for, hey, look, it's Jeff.
Jeff Mania, baby, woo!
Running wild, brother. I reckon. It's Wednesday. I'm never 100% hard on a Wednesday, but, getting there.
Exactly.
It's definitely been a Wednesday for...
Oh, Lord.
It's the Greg Cherry Show. Jeff Meacham and Matty Laws, along with, me. We had Lil Raven on the show last week, which was great. If you haven't checked out that interview, go check that out.
She's tremendous.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of fun to have on the show. But we didn't get to talk football at all last week.
Oh.
And the Steelers made some moves that I haven't to talk about in 2 weeks. Because we got Justin Fields and we got Russell Wilson as our quarterback.
I think you guys are paying a combined maybe like $20 million just for quarterbacks this season.
The Broncos are paying more for the Steelers quarterbacks than the Steelers are.
I was going to say, let's get real here.
For the next 2 seasons.
Yes.
We are the highest payers for your quarterback room for the next 2 seasons.
That's right.
Fantastic.
Unless you guys pull a Walton Penner family and sign Russ to an egregious 7-year contract.
I doubt that. I unless he wildly produces behind what should hopefully be a rebuilt offensive line, I doubt it.
It feels like the Steelers tried to go all in, and I don't mean to piss off Cowboys fans, but it sounds like they tried to go all in on the offseason this year.
No, they did. They totally did. And, on behalf of Cowboys fans, I can't disagree with it. They definitely did their thing.
Just that phrasing. We're going all in this year, and the Cowboys did jack fuck all.
No, and I think, and again, this is me completely not being the football guy, but it seems to me like I'm thinking that Jerry figured, okay, well, we did everything we could last year short of actually getting past that first round, so let's see how we do. Meanwhile, everybody else is going, having a panic attack, and like, okay, we need to do something because Jesus.
Listen, as a Steelers fan, it's been that like trying to walk the dog meme for like 6 years of, hey, do something.
Right? Yeah.
And Omar Khan was like, all right, let's fuck shit up. And that's exactly what he did.
That's exactly what he did.
Meanwhile, my Broncos are that dog that died in the sidewalk that the guy's poking with a stick.
Hey, you know what though? Better be the dog on the sidewalk than whatever's going on inside Ford Field this offseason. What the hell is going on in Detroit?
I heard that story was bogus. Like
what was it? Well, because again, when I saw the article and I brought it up to everybody's attention.
Yeah.
The report said that it was the second body found on Ford Field premises.
Yes.
In like back-to-back weekends. So I feel like it would be much more news even with the first body like we were talking about.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like that kind of thing would have been all over the place and talked about for weeks on end.
Ford Field dead body.
Yeah. So it's like the question is, number one, if it's happening, what the hell is going on in Ford Field and Detroit in general? Number two, if it's not happening, it's a hoax. What the hell is going on in Detroit and Ford Field? They feel like you have to pull some kind of hoax like this.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like, huh? So,
like, why does Detroit need that kind of publicity? They were just in the NFC Championship, which is further than they've made it in a very, very, very long time.
Yes. I was convinced yesterday during Fat Boy Sports Bar that it was Detroit Piston fans getting the Lions back for the Pistons sacrificing their season to get the good juju toward them, and then they choked. So the Pistons fans were like, all right, nope, they messed up. So they're taking down on the Lions now, is my guess.
It seems very self-destructive.
You know what? If you're a Piston
Detroit.
fan, you've been self-destructive since about October this year anyway, if we're being honest. So
if you're a Pistons fan, you've been spiteful and bitter since the Malice in the Palace.
Valid. That's also valid. I think the last thing that happened anywhere near that place in that building was the Palace of Auburn Hills when Luger became WWE champion. So,
That happened at the Palace?
it did happen at the Palace of Auburn Hills, 1997, the 100th Nitro.
Oh fuck. Okay. Look at Jeff's trivia brain.
Every once in a while, it pops back in. WrestleMania season.
Well, he's going to need that tomorrow because Jeff Meacham is going to be added to the mix on Jack of All Trades tomorrow.
Yes, that is the standing plan as of now. There may be a car situation where I have to bail out of here, but I'm looking to find a way to not have to do that. So I grabbed the whiteboard and the dry erase marker and brought it over here from the house. So by God, I am planning to be here tomorrow.
No. We got quite the lineup for tomorrow.
Yeah,
obviously.
Did it turn into an old school Money in the Bank ladder match? 8 people?
Pretty much.
That's the biggest non-tag team joke you've done.
Yes, it is. I mean, you figure I haven't done Jote since the day that Bray Wyatt passed.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was a joke, wasn't it?
Because we were at the end of Jote, and somebody said it right.
It was Issa.
It was Issa, yeah.
Her jaw hit the floor in the final 5 seconds of the show. We went off air with me going, "Everything okay, Issa?"
Yeah. That was a strange day, and it's been a strange.
It was a fun Jack of all trades, and then everybody and their grandmother had to immediately flip around and do a completely different episode of what they were planning on doing everywhere.
It was like when Eddie passed. It was like, all right, time to rewrite the script for today's show.
And it's part of the reason I don't think I shared that episode after.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have gotten any traffic whatsoever.
No.
And really, the story of Bray's passing was far bigger than anything.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Which, holy shit.
Right?
Yes, it's almost been a year. Or has it been a year?
No, it's been 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, people forget Bray didn't pass until well after.
Oh yeah, it was post Mania. That's right.
Yeah, because he was supposed to work a match with Lashley.
And then got sick.
Then he got sick, and Lashley won the Andre Battle Royal on SmackDown. Still drives me nuts that Battle Royal is on SmackDown and not the pre-show. Give people something to do at WrestleMania.
Give people a WrestleMania match, and if we're not doing anything, give me my Meaty Man Invitational. God damn it!
That's right.
But Big E is either on commentary or ring announcing.
There you go.
Give the commentary team to me this way. I need it to be Titus and Big E just bouncing off of each other with big meaty men in the ring.
Yeah, and Corey Graves for no apparent reason.
Yeah. Titus on commentary and walking out before the show starts. That we don't have to watch Titus World slide for no reason. No. Just get down there and sit down and relax, Titus. It's okay. That's a good Titus.
The cameraman is very, very close in on Titus as he's slowly walking down to the ring.
Right.
Well, hey, if he slides down that ramp, if you look at what the ramp for WrestleMania 33 was, he'd get there a lot quicker.
This is valid. Freaking roller coaster status.
The Greatest Royal Rumble was actually a pretty fun show, all in all.
Yes.
But it is still completely overshadowed by 2 things, one of which being Titus World Slide.
Yes.
The other was talent not coming back.
I mean,
it wasn't that show.
Was that not that show?
No.
It was a much later Crown Jewel. I think
that was prior to Survivor Series when NXT was involved in Survivor Series because that's why NXT showed up on SmackDown.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, following.
So it would have had to have been a Sands of Time or some shit like that.
Yeah, I think it was Sands of Time in 2019.
It was crazy. But here's long it's been since I've been on this brand, Greg, to have stuff of my own to plug.
Yeah,
I had the Paradise Kitty show the night of the Royal Rumble in the queue ready to plug.
Yeah,
so it's been a minute since I've been here. Oh, hi.
Well, you figure I also took a month off too, so
that's also valid. I forgot about that. To be honest with you, really.
You haven't missed that many episodes.
Okay, I don't feel as bad, but I still feel bad. And then I feel bad. Just I'm glad this room and a lot of people I work with actually realize that both you and I need to be self-accountable of when we need to step the hell away and just go.
Take a breath. Take a
friggin' breath. And it's hard for us in the wrestling media community to take a break when it's 10 days till Mania. Especially between a Rumble and WrestleMania. It's probably the worst time to take a break because there's so much. Dude, you can throw the randomness, smelliest shit at the wall, it'll still stick because it's WrestleMania season.
Pretty much. And for years we had to put up with that because that was the build.
Right, but man, I have been so I've been so thrilled with how this has gone. Like I've got my family mad at me for wanting to not do our coverage at home because then that spreads the Peacock access too thin, and they can't watch it. It's like, okay, well do it in the living room. Then you guys just deal with me being there, being obnoxious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. With it being Mania season, though, we officially got our 2 main events, and I kind of want your guys' takes on Roman and Cody essentially main eventing both nights of Mania.
Right.
Here's my thoughts. Roman and Cody are going to split the main events. In which direction, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be Roman and Rock winning night 1.
Mm-hmm.
And then
big
Cody winning night 2. I still think Priest cashes in on Cody. Just he gets his moment. He beats Reigns. He's exhausted as all fuck. And Priest, after having been in the ladder match the night before, which is my prediction to open night 1 with the ladder match.
As it should, just to be part of that story then, right?
Exactly. Because then he'll have, after that match, he'll have the rest of the night, and then all of night 2 to rest up and wait for Cody to get his moment. He finishes his story. He celebrates. Pyro's going off. Randy's in the ring. Liberty's in the ring. Priest comes out with the money in the bank.
Right. So how better to finish Dusty Rhodes' story than having the exact same thing almost happen to his kid?
Yeah.
I'm the champion. I won it. I actually did win it, unlike Dusty, and then he didn't.
But here's the thing.
Now you're not anymore.
Cody's reign would still count.
Well, sure it would. No.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People are glossing over the fact that Dusty never actually was announced as the WWF champion. Like, he basically whooped Superstar's ass, and Superstar bailed. He grabbed the belt, like, well, I won anyway. But it's like, okay, Dusty.
Yeah.
Because when they came back for rematch at the Garden in a bull rope match, Superstar whooped that ass.
Yeah.
And retained the title. So they're glossing over that, kind of like Cody does gloss over the fact the first time the Shield lost.
He probably meant like the first time the Shield lost championship gold was Cody and Goldust beat,
which is a valid statement.
That
but
part,
again, the internet wrestling community, of course, is like, well, no, even I think the JJ or somebody pointed out open mic night the other night. It was Team Hell No and Randy Orton that handed the Shield their first loss. So
exactly,
they're gonna Dusty finish Dusty Rhodes. That's the greatest thing of all time. That's how it should end. There it is, right there. That's how they should do it.
Because there's no way that they're gonna capitalize on that moment the way that Seth Rollins capitalized on Roman and Brock.
No, you can't have Priest make it a triple threat because then that just fucks everything up.
No, not like that. But like, where would that fall in Michael Cole's heist of the century? Tier, because
it would still be
Rollins did enter during the match, so technically it wouldn't be a heist for that sense, I guess, because he still inserted himself into the match.
Well, I love Greg's scenario, except for the fact that I don't want Cody. If Cody's going to win at WrestleMania, then I want him to win at WrestleMania. I don't want this I mean, it's a dusty finish, like JJ said. If he's gonna win the title, I want it to be the last thing we see. I love Priest, so I don't want that to be a thing. Because if Cody wins, if Cody beats Roman at WrestleMania and Priest goes to cash in, I'm not gonna like Priest cashing in. I'm gonna want Priest to lose, and I don't want that because I love Damian Priest, and he should not be one of the Money in the Bank cash-in losers.
No.
Here's my thing with the whole thing. I feel like they have waited too long for Priest to cash in, that they're running out of time. I don't want Priest to cash in on the world title because that means Drew loses, and Drew McIntyre should be the world heavyweight champion because my gosh, has he been gold for months?
Right.
So if Seth retains, Priest is cashing in. Period. End.
Oh no, yeah.
But I feel like we all believe that Drew should win that match.
Absolutely. And if Drew wins and Cody wins and Priest doesn't cash in, maybe Priest is the first person to just fail to cash in at all. Because he's running out of time.
Well, I mean, he's still got until when is Money in the Bank this year? June?
July, I think.
July? Yeah.
First
weekend. Yeah, that's right. It's my mom's birthday weekend. I gotta start remembering that shit. There's Backlash. There's a couple points in between that it's still feasible. And again, Money in the Bank has traditionally been cashed in on premium live event. And one of the few times it wasn't, of course, was our boy Corbin. And we all saw how that turned out. So, and I definitely don't want that for Priest.
No, I don't want it for Corbin.
No, that's fair.
It took Corbin until this most recent NXT run to recover from that.
No, it did.
He almost recovered with Happy Corbin. He was almost there, and then
with Sad Corbin,
yeah, I was going to say there you go. Yeah, Sad Corbin is the one that almost got him back out of the.
They could have turned him full blown babyface during that storyline. Me and Greg were adamant about that.
I'm kind of thinking Corbin is a babyface right now, like him and Breaker. I think they're both babyfaces. Or they're tweeners. They're not full blown heel.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No.
And they're too good together to be.
And you cannot give somebody Baron Corbin's moveset, look him dead in the eyes, and go, "Hey, buddy, you're gonna be a heel." Like that is one of the most exciting, explosive movesets in wrestling. The deep six is a great stop for a heel. Like it's a fantastic momentum stop for a heel. But the end of days is just such a badass finisher that I've always cheered Corbin.
So have I since his first NXT run. Big G says 10 more days till Mania. So freaking pumped. Got to save money for that weekend.
That's quick, man. That is coming up soon.
It is batshit crazy to me that it is 10 days away.
I can't believe it.
We're already a quarter of the way through the year.
We are. We're almost in April. It is ridiculous.
I don't like it here anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I feel like this last year's one big bunch on April Fool to begin with, so it makes sense.
Well, 2023 dragged like 2020 did, and 2024 is flying. And if a year flies, that means it's a good year. So,
see, I don't know. I felt quarter one of last year flew by, and then I went to Mania, and then was after Mania. And then it was what it was.
Felt like that middle portion of last year really dragged ass.
It did.
Yeah.
And it was just one thing. And to be fair, you guys know internally, but it's been a very, very tough last longer than a year. And I'm finding out it was longer even than that. It turns out a lot of what we're sharing has been since pandemic, as it turns out. So it's just been awful over here. But at the same time, yeah, I heard one of the podcasts I listened to say that 2024 is shaping up to be one of the best, if not the best, years in wrestling in a very long time, across the board. I mean, WWE, of course, will always lead the way. They always have. They always will. But if they continue to swing upward or stay where they are right now because they're doing great creatively, the industry either has to fall suit or they just, they either adapt or perish. So I'm thinking that the industry will rise and, do better. Creatively, a lot of the other companies are kind of what they are, but they're still watchable. Whereas WWE wasn't watchable for a long time, and now it's like, damn, I'm mad at people for missing Raw this last Monday. Like, I'm just like, why? How do you miss that? Because damn, was that a good show Monday?
We did get a super chat also from Mike. Saying, since The Rock seems to have more heat than Roman does, should we expect something big from Roman before Mania? Does he need to top what The Rock did to Cody? Roman has been strangely secondary in this Mania buildup.
So, I think Roman's going to try and turn on Rock post night one main event.
Even if they win?
Exactly. He's the head of the table. He's going to be the one standing tall. He's the one main eventing night two. Why would he want to share that with The Rock?
Yeah. I feel like if Roman's going to turn on The Rock, it's going to be either after night two or it's going to be on the Raw after Mania.
Okay.
It makes no sense. It's like, especially if Roman and Rock win night one, why would you turn on somebody who is going to help you keep your title, especially since that's what the Bloodline has been doing for years, is having the family help him keep the title.
Ego, Greg. Rock went out there to acknowledge Roman on television as Roman demanded, but I would love to know if the tribal chief authorized the final boss's beatdown of Cody Rhodes on Monday. That's what I'm waiting to hear on SmackDown more than anything. Because as great television as that was, it was so captivating and so cinematic when you think it just happened to be raining in Chicago, which just makes it like movie shit out there, beating the dog beat out of you in the middle of a rainstorm against your own bus, being bloodied up by a belt with your mama's name. Like, just all that was so good. But was that okay with Roman? That's what I want to hear. That's where the ego comes in.
My thought process behind Roman turning on Rock night one is it opens up Rock basically screwing over Roman for Cody to win night two.
I feel like we are going to get probably the most run-ins a match has ever had at WrestleMania.
This is going to be the most overbooked piece of shit we'll ever see in WrestleMania history, but I'm all for it.
I want that so bad. Like, I want like 30 people to interfere in this match. Some of it doesn't even have to make WWE. Yeah, it's basically going to be WrestleMania's Royal Rumble. Like, you're just going to get people coming out. You're going to have both Usos interfere, one on behalf of the other. You're going to have Solo interfere. You're going to have Rock interfere. Maybe Seth, if he's not like out of the picture.
Follow the IWC, you're going to have Cena and Austin there.
People are saying that, hey, that was a very strategically placed camera.
Yes, I've been seeing that myself.
So I know Sean said it too in a tweet that he wants an overbooked crazy. I think that's exactly what we're going to get. I think we're just going to get like all 40 years of WrestleMania in that main event. Like,
that's kind of what I want.
Like, I kind of feel like Hogan's going to show up for no apparent reason.
But you know what? It's also 40 years of Hulkamania, so it's not for no apparent reason. JJ brought up Hogan in on a show he did not too long ago from the Mind of the Renegade. He was talking about the fact that, he firmly believes, and he's got me convinced a lot of the way. And I'm still trying to find a balance before I do my own predictions a week from tomorrow. If for whatever reason we get Roman as champion past WrestleMania, as of right now, there is nothing booked at Madison Square Garden on Friday the 13th, September 13th. September 12th is Hogan's number day. You know what? I don't want to believe we're going to have Roman champion till September, but some of that shit writes itself.
But here's my problem with it.
Okay.
If Roman passes Hogan, he's still in third place.
No. I understand that. And I for one don't understand he gets to be in third place bullshit. Like, I don't understand it because I feel like if you're not first place, you know, if you're not the lead dog, the view never changes, right, Conan? So
listen to my podcast.
Yes, Conan, but you still didn't reply when I told you I did. Anyway, so Orale, Oil Valet, or whatever the hell you said. That's a
disco reference, man.
Yeah, it is what it is. Either way, they're both in the NWO, and I go, why? Either one of those is in the NWO. I'm going, why? Why was that a thing? What happened? You know what? I keep referencing him so much. He's asking if he can come in and speak his piece. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, he's got the StreamYard login.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's usually on his own. Gotta find the link. Link would be good. There it is. Hi. Yeah. And he's probably just now getting home from. Oh no, wait, spring break. He's not just getting home. So I will definitely.
But let me put it this way: if Roman is still champion, after WrestleMania Night 2, Wrestling Trivia Challenge is coming back because no bitch is passing my record. It's not happening.
Well, I mean, we were talking about we're going to bring it back in November for our game night, so you're going to come back and defend the championship against somebody's ass. So
yeah,
but they got to earn it.
Does that mean I can count all the days since?
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
I'm over 2,000.
If Roman can defend once in 3 months, so can you, by God.
I'm over 2,000 days at this point if we're still counting.
Yeah. There you go.
Hi,
JJ.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
So I heard the question posed about if Roman passes Hogan, he's still number 3, and why does that matter?
Yes.
Yes, he's number 3 overall. Nobody is ever going to eclipse Sammartino and Backlund. Let's acknowledge that right there. However, Roman will be number 1 in the WrestleMania era.
Ooh, that's valid. That's valid. And it is the 40th WrestleMania, and it's 40 years of Hogan. So there you go.
We have to look at it as the different eras and time periods, and I think that's what a lot of people don't look at when it comes to Roman, is that Sammartino and Backlund and Hogan and all of them had to defend the belt consistently because there wasn't a weekly television show when they were champions.
Right.
I think that's why Roman gets a lot of crap as far as how few defenses he's had.
Right.
Which I think we've done the math, and if you add it up, it still averages out to approximately one every 30 to 45 days, give or take.
It's now gone beyond that, but yeah, at the time we did the math, he was still in the safe space. Yeah, but
so you look at the era, and then again, 40 years of WrestleMania this year, 40th anniversary of Hulkamania. You pass Hogan's record, and then you lose it the next day, on Friday the 13th, no less.
Yeah.
You know, there's superstition storylines that can be written out of that coming out of things.
Yep.
You know, and you do it at the Garden, which is where Dusty's Phantom Reign took place anyways.
Right.
I have said since the open mic night after Mania last year that this needs to happen at the Garden. Right. And just now, a little over a year later, everybody else seems to be saying, well, the moment happened at the Garden, so that's really where the story should end.
Right.
Like about 360 days too late there, homie.
What, Greg? Sorry.
I just can't figure that they would basically throw away. This would now be the 4th straight men's Royal Rumble winner to not successfully win the title. Because Edge didn't win, Lesnar didn't win, and Cody didn't win last year.
It would also be the first time a back-to-back winner didn't win at least one of the 2 years.
That's true because, and I've brought this up before, every single person that has won back-to-back Rumbles lost in their first match and won in their second.
That's true.
Because Hogan lost in 90 to the Warrior, won it back from Slaughter in 91.
91, yep. Oh, yeah.
Shawn lost to Diesel with the most god-awful powerbomb I've ever seen in WrestleMania 11 and won in the Iron Man at 12. Austin lost. He didn't have a title match at 13, but he lost his match to Brett. And then he won the title at 14. And then Cody lost last year. That pattern going to continue. So it's one of those things. It's like, does history decide? Do we have to break? Like, nobody, I don't think, for a very long time, maybe not even in our lifetime, is going to pass what Roman has done.
No.
This is an absolutely unheard of reign.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They put the belt on Tozawa.
Matty, you're fired.
I love how he said that and then just did a gratuitous dad's walk off. Like, I'm
He did. He just said that. At least
I'm gonna go to the
whoop you in
corner,
ass
go
quickly.
on
Damn it.
timeout. I'm gonna go to the corner, go on timeout now after saying
That's
that.
right. That's right. You pull a Mansfield, go sit in the corner, think about what you just did.
Future longest reigning
But
WWE champion
When
of
they
all time.
did those
Akira Tozawa.
things, there also wasn't a thing called Money in the Bank.
That's also valid. Very true.
I see Cody falling again and then winning Money in the Bank. And that's his loophole to you're never going to get another title shot.
Listen, at this point, I want Cody to win, if for no other reason than to preserve the sanctity of the Royal Rumble match.
That's a very valid claim from you.
Here.
Like that's
Greg's sitting here like, I don't want to lose the Rumble, damn it.
No, because like it's almost like you have Cody lose again, it'll jump the shark. They'll be like, it doesn't matter if you win the Rumble.
Oh,
like the women's Rumble was barely saved that because in 22 Ronda lost.
That's fair.
Asuka lost in the very first one. What happened in 2000?
Thanks, Charlotte.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Right?
God damn it! I picked the wrong day to come back.
I mean, the women's Rumble has done a pretty good job, but like the men's Rumble since 2018, Shinsuke lost.
Yep.
Seth won. Drew won.
Yep.
And then Roman won 3 straight mediums. So it's since 2018, the men's Rumble winner has not exactly had a good day. It's almost become less than 50%. I'd have to actually like sit and do the math of what the Rumble.
I think it had gotten to the. I think the Rumble had gotten to a point where it was almost too predictable that the Rumble winner would win the match at Mania.
Yeah. I mean, there was a streak.
To a point there.
There was a streak of 7 straight years where the Rumble winner won the title, 2001 to 2007.
Yep.
But now we're almost getting that opposite streak, and I feel I could not comprehend. Like I think everybody would just be even more pissed off than they were last year. Like last year felt like the time. This year, if they don't do it, it's like, okay, well, and Cody has the AEW stipulation too, that if he loses, he doesn't challenge for the Universal title.
Okay. So hang on. So first of all, that's not in the actual makeup of the match unless it's somewhere written. I haven't seen it. That was just The Rock throwing shit out there. So if they make that official, then JJ's Money in the Bank thing definitely holds credibility for me. Number one. Because that's like, okay, well, they didn't have that kind of loophole in AEW because for reasons unknown that Cody wouldn't write that shit into his own company, but whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like they could have just given him a Casino Battle Royal victory.
Right, seriously. If you can have a guy go out there and literally tell the company boss, call the company boss a F and Mark, and still get in the battle royal and become world champion, you can do anything you want, Cody. Like, I'm just saying, brother.
I always found that weird, but I always thought it was like it could have been the greatest way for Cody to have an extended heel run.
Yep.
By being like, I know what I said, but I'm an EVP, basically doing what the Bucks are doing
I
now.
was just
but
no.
doing it
Thank
so
you for
much
saying it before I
earlier.
did. It's like you want to have a good run in the company you helped found. As much as we would hate him personally, do the Bucks thing. Get yourself the title, Cody. But
he could have done the Bucks thing, what they're doing right now, and it might be a little bit more enjoyable. But also, people, wrestling fans are just fickle creatures, aren't they?
No, we are. No, we very much are. And I will say this: if Cody was doing that before the Bucks did it, JJ would have imploded a long time ago. If the Bucks become tag team champions again, we're gonna have a memorial service for JJ on top of Talk Wrestling next week. It's gonna be like, poor JJ.
Yeah. I can think of two people who will be beyond the moon happy if Cody loses at WrestleMania. Number one, my daughter, because she acknowledges the tribal chief.
And yes.
And number two, Jeff, because he's going to be ha-ha to all those Philly fans having to go through what he went through the year prior in Hollywood when he should have won it there, damn
That's right.
Like, that's what you get, No DQ family, for not coming out and celebrating my birthday. You chose to go to Philly and you watched him lose too.
Boom! I love that. The Renegades got my back today. Good shit.
Also, number 3, Issa. Like Issa, the number 1 acknowledger of Roman Reigns.
Who's gonna be in Philly?
I will. Yeah. Again, I despise the Eagles anyway. That's common knowledge at this point. But yeah, it was them in their damn stadium partnering the WrestleMania that started this. That's why Cody lost.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody else came out here because the damn Eagles. This entire year extra of Roman being champion is all the Philadelphia Eagles' fault.
Yep.
It's all of them. And
they paid for it by choking in the playoffs.
And if we're being honest, we're in Philadelphia. We're trying to do the Rocky story, but they're doing the Rocky story with Sami Zayn and Gunther instead of doing it with Cody and Roman.
Yes. Yes.
That's the problem when you have multiple dominant heel champions.
Yep.
You kind of run out of stories to do. I honestly think Sammy's not winning at WrestleMania.
Oh, God.
I am actually. I know our prediction show is next week. It's going to take a lot for me to firmly say that Sammy's going to win. I'm very much in the camp that Gunther's going to retain.
By the way, I agree. I just feel bad for thinking it, but I do agree.
I'm starting to think, and I would hate to see it done this way, but this is what I've seen. This is the way it's kind of coming in my head right now. Sammy defeats Gunther, loses to Gable the next night on Raw.
Oh, there you go.
On the Raw after Mania. Because Gable helped Sammy get to this point where he could effectively defeat Gunther.
Right.
So he gets the first title shot from Sammy.
Yeah. You guys talked me
Sammy, having been brutalized by Gunther, just falls to Gable.
Yeah.
You guys talked me into that on open mic night. I still think that they should just insert Gable into this, make it a triple threat. Fuck what everybody else wants. I want Gable to win the belt at Mania.
One of us.
Give me that insane spot where he does the moonsault, lands on his feet, and then hits the chaos theory. Just give that to me.
Welcome
give me what I want.
Matty. We have chocolate chip cookies over here.
That's right.
I do like cookies.
Double chocolate because it's dark side, baby.
I would be fine. Listen, I would be fine. I don't even think they've announced the Dre yet.
No, they haven't yet officially.
They'll probably announce it on SmackDown this week.
They just need to do it on the pre-show. Like, do it on the pre-show. Give that to Gable. Give him something. Because I don't. If you put him in the Intercontinental title match, it'll feel forced. I know the story's there with Gable, but it'll feel incredibly forced.
I agree. At this point, it will. Do the Dre and have the Dre winner get the first shot at the Intercontinental Champion or U.S. Champion.
That's why I think Chad Gable should win. Give Chad Gable a WrestleMania moment on the pre-show, and then let him challenge for Gunther, saying like maybe like the Dre could be for a championship shot or something. I don't know. Give the Dre some stakes. Like the Andre trophy is nice, but like make it have some meaning.
Yeah.
Make the Dre important.
Agreed.
Because I guarantee you, if I asked like on Joe who all the Dre winners were, I don't know if everybody could name them. Because there have been some forgettable winners of that match. It was almost won by Colin Jost the one year.
Right? God, Update was insufferable enough. If he won the Battle Royal, we'd never hear the end of that shit for a year. Good grief.
I was about to say, Colin Jost almost won it. Had Braun Strowman not launched that white boy like a fucking lawn dart out of the ring.
The final three of that Battle Royal were Strowman, Colin Jost, and Michael Che.
Yep.
The year before, didn't Mojo win? So, like, what are we
The year before, Matt Hardy won. Mojo
That's
won.
right.
Won before 30.
With the help of the late Bray Wyatt. Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Which was like it started their partnership, and it's like, man, where were they going with that? What in the hell? Like that was so weird.
Yeah, that
Sorry if I'm not looking at the
match
screen.
is
I'm trying to load plugs in for the end of the show here because
That's fine.
it's freaking WrestleMania. We got a lot of shit coming up.
Just one or two shows, you know.
Yeah.
Just
one.
a couple.
So tomorrow.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, we got a really,
right.
really big shoe tomorrow.
Pretty big shoe. My bad. Forgot about the really big one. Okay. Where is it? There it is. Here it comes. There it is.
There it is. Jack of all trades tomorrow, Thursday at 6:00 Eastern. Fat Inyungi is facing his toughest challenge yet.
Oh yeah.
And not just because it's the most challengers. He's facing off against Jeff Meacham. He's facing off against Caden, he was on the tag team version before. He's facing off against a former WrestleMania champion at SP3. Chris Cass is going to be on there, who's one of the greatest trivia minds out there, period.
I was going to say, not named Greg Cherry. Yeah.
Honestly, and I've said this before, if there is anybody possibly that is better than me besides Jeff, it's Chris Cass. And it's very hard to argue.
Hey, you cannot discredit Crew Day member Remy Sosav coming in.
Yeah, Remy's on there too. I didn't get to check out the episode where you watched an episode of Joe. How did he do?
So he didn't do bad. I will say, as long as you're not doing Ray Fenix as his 20 questions, he should be fine. I pissed him off with that. It was one of those Sean Ross Sapp Val Venus things.
I still can't believe that of all the things Sean said while I was on the show at the same time he was on, he made the Val Venus reference, and it was about not wearing one of his shorts. It's like, yeah, thanks. Well, if you actually bought it, it would be a different thing.
Looking forward to Joe tomorrow. Also, tomorrow, shameless plug. We've got the stream against suicide on my channel. MLB opening day. Go ahead, tune in. Last year we raised about $1,200 for 988. This year we're looking to raise hopefully about $5,000. Anything helps. Tune in, but
very cool.
We're here to do some chaotic good for the National Suicide Hotline.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to MLB opening day for purely selfish reasons. My brother's going to the Dodger games, so the house will be quiet.
Atta baby. House to yourself.
He's got a partial plan. So the games that won something on a Thursday. It's like as if the Dodgers organization wasn't best actors. Let's have a game on a Thursday at 1 PM. Let's just go there. Like the fuck, Dodgers. Stupid Major League Baseball. But yeah, we've got that coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow night, as soon as I'm done regaining the Joke Championship, I'm gonna head down to Hollywood and see my buddy Ariel Bellvalaire's showcase of her solo music, her songs out at the Bourbon Room. With permission, Greg, I'm going to play the song she just released right before we sign off. It's about 3 minutes long. if that's okay, before Dynamite. What else? Okay, so Saturday, as was alluded to by Matty earlier, everybody in this room, everybody across the multiverse is united. United and invited, because I'm going to say both because I just screwed up. Open Mic Night Wrestling Themed Karaoke, second annual, put together by the crazy man in the lower left, because it's what he do. And like I said, everybody's invited. He's got a ton of song choices, categories, and we have a ton of people. Choice. Yeah, and we have a ton of people already booked. So if you want to join in, let him know. He needs to make the wheel. He needs a little lead time, kids. A
little bit.
And then, so that's Saturday night. And then Sunday night, it just hits the fan. It really does, because JJ is hosting our WrestleMania week hype video, talking about everything that is coming up next week. We've got a WrestleMania-centric something every day next week. Even if it's not a prediction show for a WWE show, it's still during WrestleMania week. Because we've got prediction shows for WrestleMania, for Stand and Deliver, for Supercard of Honor. We've got our coverage of Supercard of Honor and Stand and Deliver and the Raw after Mania. We've got watch-along coverage at noon our time on Thursday next week for the Bloodsport show through GCW. We've got the Greg Cherry Show for WrestleMania predictions next week. We've got Statboy Sports Bar doing WrestleMania predictions, as well as coverage of MLB opening day, as well as coverage of UFL kickoff and all the other sports that we don't ever get to on either show because we're always go crazy on both days. Also, we've got Monday coming up. If unless somebody drastically gives me some sort of defibrillator or whatever for this show, we are holding services for Talk Wrestling on Monday. So there you go. Right before Raw, the Go Home Raw. We're saying goodbye to Talk Wrestling for a lot of reasons, and we'll get into all that on Monday. So,
I also forgot to mention, as far as Joe goes, the guy who beat me for the Shining Wizards Can You Beat That Championship, Kevin Garifo,
oh wow,
is also going to be a part of this. So you have three people on the show who have beat me in wrestling trivia, challenging Sat. So if Sat retains, I may have to end Joe because I don't know who else will beat you. Either that or I step in and compete for the title myself and Joe.
There you go. Hey, there you go.
I can't compete for it as long as Sat holds it. So somebody please fucking beat him.
So what we do is, if Sat gets by tomorrow, we build toward SummerSlam weekend, and we have Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. We have Greg Cherry versus Sadiyangi. That's what we got. Unification, winner take all, by God.
I can help put together a game show. Greg
knows I'm
well versed in it.
Yeah, I know you can. Matty put together a very similar show back in the day. So
I'm just, it's one of those. We've got all that coming up just next week. Luck of the Draw's back at the end of April, which is always messy and just shenanigans and hilarity afoot.
I'm still looking for a couple more people because I don't want that to be Matty and a bunch of
Matty and a bunch of other people so that Matty can cover himself in syrup and eggs.
I mean, Mansfield wouldn't mind that kind of show for an hour, but
yeah. I want to say,
you got to put that out there.
Like, I want even the genders. Like the first one we did was like all dudes and Daisy, and the second one was all women and Matty. Like I want to like even it out. I need some more guys to compete. Because I have, I believe, 3 or 4 women interested in the show.
Oh, there you go. Very quickly, JJ has shared the wheel for Saturday, so I'm going to throw it up there for posterity, for everybody to see exactly what y'all getting yourselves into.
Yeah, there's
if it lands on Hall of Fame, can I do Ass Man 20 times?
Let him.
AEW, WWF, NXT, Deceased Superstars, WrestleMania theme songs, WWE, yes, they're separated on purpose. And then TNA, WCW, Indie again. Yeah, we've got a nice little arrangement there.
Yes. And yes, Matty, if it lands on Hall of Fame and it's you who ends up being the one the wheel lands on, at least the first time, you're more than welcome to do Ass Man because he is part of the Hall of Fame.
Would I be able to do it again for WWF?
No. Once a song has been sung for the evening, it's off the table.
See, this is much different than all the other karaoke's I've done because I know a lot more than just 2 songs.
So what we do is
my daughter is looking forward to doing wrestling karaoke.
Yes, which wasn't a thing a year ago, so that's wonderful.
No,
I love that shit.
Pull a DIY real quick and just get the Zack
right. There you go.
Going.
Matty, I'll fifth. Okay, we'll try that again. Brain first, then tongue. I'll ask JJ in front of God and everybody right now. It's just for you, Matty. If it lands on Matty again, instead of doing ass man, because that's your thing, we'll find a way to work another Billy Gunn theme in there.
Yeah, you've got I Want It All from the
Gunn's
one Billy Gunn.
Yes.
You've got You Look So Good to Me, Billy and Chuck. I
was about to say, oh, well, that was also used by Rico, but oh god, we're not going to start getting into wrestling trivia history.
well, okay. See, what we do is, if it lands on that and you do Rico, you just got to shave just a little bit off right there. You got the Rico chops going. You're good, dude. You're good. It's right here. So
you could do the New Age Outlaws intro and do the Road Dogs whole spiel, and then Billy Gunn's.
Where I only say 2.
I got 2 words for you,
dude. Okay, Marshall.
Trust me.
And then, Noah will probably go Guns Up.
There you go.
I have a lot more than just Billy Gunn. I promise. Yeah. Wrestling.
Marshall, by the way, I said everybody's invited to sing. Come into the green room. We'll put the link up on Saturday, and you can do a song. As long as you super chat.
Depending on how many.
Yeah. If you're not part of the normal crew or the management team or the on-screen team, as long as you super chat, y'all can think. I don't give a shit.
As long as we have open slots, because we can only have 10 people in the stream.
Yes, 10 people on screen at a time. That's the rule. And we'd rather not have to stretch it to 10 the entirety of the 4 hours because, God, our bandwidth's going to be stretched as it is. It's WrestleMania weekend, for Christ's sakes, folks, or WrestleMania week. So please come in. Everybody come in and have fun and enjoy singing and making bigger asses of yourselves than I do of me, because Lord knows that's a challenge in and of itself. But have the fun. Yeah, come on in Saturday. Seriously. I purposely tell everybody, like, once Saturday hits, except for the needs of my child, everybody's going to fuck off because it's WrestleMania week now. So please come in and have fun.
I've already been telling people in the house, and I plan to have a come to Jesus conversation probably Saturday afternoon, like from this day until Raw after Mania.
Yep.
Like, I get this is a living room, but this needs to be like sanctuary. This is a church ground. If you walking in here, you got to be quiet.
That's right. We had to set the commentary team straight. It's like, look, we appreciate the fact that Tony Khan can't seem to not counter program, for fuck's sake. However, let's get to Raw after Mania first, and then we'll worry about Tony Khan and his NXT, his attempts to derail NXT once again.
Right.
It's in Vegas. I kind of want to go.
All right. So
yes,
since Jeff has 3 minutes of previews to air, I think we're going to cut this show short here. So everybody, go enjoy Dynamite. Stay tuned for the last couple minutes to see what is coming up. We thank you very much for joining us on this show. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time for Sat's Greatest Challenge as he faces off against 7 different people for the Jack of All Trades Championship. Again, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern on the Greg Cherry Brand YouTube, on my Twitter. Go find them. Go follow me on Twitter at Greg Cherry Brand. Go follow Jeff at _ Jeff Meacham. Matty Laws at Matty _Laws. JJ at, what is it?
ROW Williams. Yep.
And be careful clicking, because if you hit RLW and you click it too fast, you'll kill on JK Rowling's Twitter, which is not a bad thing, but you won't be where you want to be.
I mean, it might be a bad thing depending on.
Very, very, very possibly
that's
a bad thing.
I love her books. Her Twitter timeline.
All right. So thank you guys for watching the Greg Cherry Show. Appreciate you. Tune into Jack of All Trades tomorrow and check out what's coming up for Mania Week. Don't be a jag.
Again, this is the newest song from our buddy at the channel, Ariel Bellvalaire. She'll be at the Bourbon Room tomorrow night. This is her newest single. It's called Till the Clock Strikes.
feel it start the second I'm waking up, under the pressure, falling forever. Playing my part until they interrupt, stuck in the rhythm with or against them. Screaming out, they live inside my head, but I couldn't hear them. Crawling down the rabbit hole again, facing a dead end till the clock strikes. I'm running out of time. Till the sunrise, strung out on sleepless nights. Tell me, what am I racing for? Give it up, but when they all want more. Till the clock strikes, I'm running out of time. Follow your lead, you think that you're guiding me. Strict your tradition, I never listen. Keep on fixating with no destination, they say I'm inspiring. Don't expect me to buy in like it's inspiring. Screaming out, they live inside my head, but I couldn't hear them. Crawling down the rabbit hole again, facing a dead end till the clock strikes. I'm running out of time. Till the sunrise, strung out on sleepless nights. Tell me, what am I racing for? Give it up, but when they all want more. Till the clock strikes, I'm running out of time. Timelines, lifelines, where and when. Sacred rule book, play pretend. It's all fiction, how's it end? Till the clock strikes, I'm running out of time. Till the sunrise, strung out on sleepless nights. Tell me, what am I racing for? Give it up, but when they all want more. Till the clock strikes, I'm running out of time.
There you go.
Yep.
That's just one of the songs tomorrow at the Bourbon Room. She's breaking out a whole lot of her stuff that I have not heard live, so it's going to be cool to experience that. And if you're a fan of the hilariousness that is drag shows and musicals about drag shows, Drag the Musical is funnier than hell too at the Bourbon Room right now down in Hollywood. So please go check that out. But yeah, man, it's busy time and I love it. Please go enjoy Dynamite, everybody. Hopefully Tony Khan can give us 2 hours to enjoy tonight. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Joe. Greg, thank you again for welcoming me back after all these weeks. And thank you for coming in, brother.
Yes, thank you for allowing me to pop in regarding the Roman thing.
All right, everybody. See you tomorrow on Joe. Have a good night. Don't be a jag. See you next week on the Greg Cherry Show.
Don't be a Jaguars owner if you can help it.
Okay.